Quincy Harris, I have 3 sons. Jordan is 14, Kobe is 11, and Wade is 5. I've been married for 16 years. And we like basketball if you didn't see the correlation of the name. Constantly evolving is what fatherhood means for me. Sometimes you look at the things that your kids do, and I'm like, where'd you get that from? And I'm like, they got that from me. And I'm like, ooh. It's like holding the mirror up to the positive things that you've done and some things that you want to change. I won't say negative. So it's constant evolution. Man, my dad is amazing. I could literally sit here and cry. Like my dad, his mom passed away when he was 14. His dad wasn't in the picture, and he literally raised me and my sister off of no strategy, right? Just like, hey, let me just be a good person. So the things my dad did, I'm trying to beat my dad. I've never said this publicly. I'm trying to beat him as a dad, but I could never beat him because he didn't have a dad. So for me, I'm like, oh, I went to this kind of school, right? I went to Catholic school growing up. I knew the kind of education I wanted my kids to have because of what my dad provided. My mom and my dad, but what my dad provided, right? So it's certain things, the cars that I drive, certain things that I put my money into is because of what I saw my dad do. So I'm literally trying to be the Kobe Bryant to his Michael Jordan. I'm trying to beat him. Like, oh, he wasn't a coach, I'm gonna be a coach. Oh, we're going overseas, I'm gonna try to go overseas. He never went overseas. Oh, I'm gonna take my kids overseas. I'm a competitive person. I'm literally trying to beat my dad as trying to be a better father than him, but I can never do that. Yeah. My dad has done so many things. I'll give you this one quick story. I remember I wanted this game. It was like Bulls versus Blazers, right? That was like, I don't know, like $70. It was a lot of money back then, right? So my dad said, okay, check it out. If you want this game, you're gonna have to go cut grass. You cut grass, I'll get the game for you. I'm like, oh, bet, I really wanted the game. He's like, yo, you get half the money, boom. So my dad, he went to work. My dad fixed traffic lights for the city of Philly for 35 years. So he went, I went out, had my lawnmower. I'm hustling. Yo, I cut your grass for $1, just a little, like I'm from Germantown section of Philly. It wasn't a wealthy place, but like the little strip of grass, I'm hustling. I cut that for $1. People who had lawns, I cut that for $6. I cut that for $5. So the entire day, I get the money. I come back home with $35. My dad, he's coming home. I'm waiting for him. My dad, I got the money. He says, we go to Sears. I'm dating myself. Yeah. We go to Sears, we get the game. Years later, my dad was like, yo, I didn't think you were gonna get the money that day. He said, Quincy, I didn't even have the money. He said what he had to do, he had to open a Sears card that day because I met his promise. So like what my dad has done for me, I still had that hustle. I still have that, and like, how do I figure out a problem to get what I want? So like my dad, like, to say he's a symbol, like he's put everything I've done is because of things and lessons that he's put in or instilled in me with him not even knowing. Like, all right, yeah, you go get half the money. I got it that day. So like, and he's always been there. So like, hopefully I answer your question, but like that story for me was like something he gave me. Yeah. So 2016, I had my own show, my own local talk show in Philly called The Q, right? So I was talking to my kids. My kids at that time, that was 2016, 5 and 2. So they're getting a little bit older, right? So 2017, 2018, figure out whatever age they are. They're young. And I always would tell them, hey guys, I want y'all to be owners. Whatever you do, work for people, but make sure you have ownership in what you do. Never forget, it's 2019. We just had our 3rd son. My 2 sons are at my show. We do the show, people are clapping, we wrap the show. I never forget, my middle son, his name's Kobe. He asked me, he said, Dad, this is nice. I'm like, thanks, Cole. He said, Dad, do you own this? And it pierced me because I didn't own the show. And I said, no, Cole, I don't own this show. And right there, I said, man, my kids won't do what I say, they'll do what I do. So when COVID hit in 2020, I'm doing my show from home, producing my show, and I was like, man, I can either stay here, and no disrespect, I can stay here and keep getting incremental raises, or I can go out on my own and have my own marketing firm. I can still do production, and that's what I did. And the last 5 years of my life has been me growing, my business growing, me owning, me picking my kids up from school, me taking them to school, me living life on my terms. Because I had to show my kids, it wasn't literally about, I had to be the example of what I want them to be. It couldn't be, you do this, and then I do the total opposite. Right. So that was a real pivotal moment for me. My advice to a young father is create the world that you want your kids to live in. My mom and dad, they grew up really, really tough. And they showed that they loved us, but they never said it like, it wasn't like a word being thrown around, right? So I'll never forget talking to my mom before she passed. I said, man, we never really said, I love you. And she's like, yo. My mom didn't say yo, but she said, hey, well, then you do it. Like you exercise the things that you want with your kids. So for me, we always say I love you every day. I'm hard on them like my dad was hard on me, but I would literally say create the world. Hey, if you go, I've never been here, or I'm gonna do this, figure out a way that you can do those things. Whether it's, I don't care if it's going to the art museum or doing different things. Like me and my wife have created a life that my kids now know as a normal life. Growing up, me and my family, we've never even been on a plane together. We never went on a plane ride together. We've gone on multiple plane rides with our kids. We've never been to Europe with our family or been overseas. We've done that with our kids. We explore arts and go to different cities and do all these different things that we want to create. So I literally say, whatever you want to change and whatever you want to do and discover and have a life of curiosity, you can do it and implement with your kids. Like my 5-year-old, you can't tell him his life is totally different. The thing I get joy in is my dad talking to my 5-year-old, and he's like, oh yeah, we just went here, or oh yeah, I just went to the library, and my dad's like, wow. But this is my 5-year-old, even my 11 and my 14-year-old, this is their norm. So you can create the norm for your life. That's what I would say to any father. That's a great question. Me and my wife are friends. She trusts me, right? And I think trust is not something that you can just give to people. You have to show it. Like, I come home, right? I'm consistent. And my wife has a very different background from how I was raised, right? So there's a trusting, because we do have 3 boys, and I do have a strong father figure in my life. So she allows me to go, do your thing to a certain point. Like I will call my wife the governor, right? Like if you have a governor on the car and you go too fast and then pop you back, my wife will she'll pop me back, right? It's a great dynamic that we have, that I'm a disciplinarian, but my wife is very loving. She's an amazing wife, and she understands some of the things I'm trying to do with my boys, and I'm very aggressive because I want so much for them, and they have such an opportunity that no one in our family tree has had, that she understands. But I think it's a communication thing that we've built over time. We've been married for 16 years. We have ups, we have downs, we've had things where I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh, everything is perfect, and she just lets me be, because that would be fake. That's not real. But what we've allowed ourselves to build is an infrastructure of okay, I'm gonna do it your way this time. I'm gonna trust you this time. Vice versa on certain things. So like she's given me the ability to have a trusting relationship with a partnership with what we do with our kids. Yeah, I think for me, there's some mandatory things you have to do in my household, right? It's education, it's faith, you know, your religious beliefs. And I'm not saying like you gotta be this, but like we gotta have, God has to be in the center, right? And then one of those things, like my kids like playing, they have basketball names, guys. Let's just, it is what it is, right? But the mandatory thing now is like they have to play golf. Golf for me is just, I'm able to give patience because I was allowed patience. Here's the story. I started playing golf with a guy named Jonathan Lennox. Love Jonathan. Jonathan was a member at TPC Yasna in Princeton, New Jersey. He says to me, hey, come up, let's play golf. I'm like, okay, it's during the pandemic, I'm gonna go play golf. I'm playing golf with guys. I've never played golf on a course that looked like this. It looked unreal to me at the time. I didn't want to make divots because it just looked perfect. But Jonathan gave me patience because I wasn't that good. Listen, I was horrible. I'm a bad golfer now. I went from horrible to bad, right? So I got a little bit better. But he gave me patience. So anytime I'm on the course, even with my kids, I'm giving them patience because someone gave me patience, right? Here's the thing. The one thing I say about golf is like understanding the etiquette and making sure your energy is correct. Because if I have to be with you for 4 hours, bro, I want to make sure that you understand that you could be bad, but just don't slow down the other players. They're like, and this is why I tell my kids, no one cares about your golf shot. They only care about theirs. Just don't slow them down. So patience, I am allowed to give patience because I have to say his name. Jonathan Lennox gave me patience with, you know, Yazda. I started going up there. I was part of a Dolphin League. We would play golf together. These dudes grew up playing golf. These dudes, captains of industry, but because they gave me grace, I'm allowed to give grace to my kids and other people that I play with. Only if they understand the etiquette. That's very important. Don't slow us down. I'm not trying to be out there for 5 hours. 5 hours and 20 minutes. Are you kidding me? I was there. I'm sorry. I was about to go into another story.
No, I get it. I love it.
Okay. So great question. Golf is one of those things that I do. If I have to play golf, golf allows me 4 hours, 350 if I'm playing with certain people, the time to just be. I've said this before, I've learned maybe I'm looking for a question or I'm looking to an answer to a question. When I'm on that course, not thinking about it, I'll get the answer. It'll pop up. So for me, I try to work out 3-4 times a week. I love running, but when the weather is good, I'm going to go play golf. That is my mental break. That is the thing that fills me up to be able to manage business, manage household, manage myself. I have to do golf. Now, I'm at the point where I should be breaking 100 more. I'm not. Sometimes I am. Maybe I'm not. Sometimes I'm 3-putting too much, whatever. But if I'm there, that is a form of self-care. If I'm with the right people, the right weather, I'm good. Yeah.
I agree.
That is the ritual. That is specifically the ritual. I have to play. Yeah, I think, like you said, when I'm rushing, if I rush a shot, I'm moving too fast. It allows me to be in the moment with my kids. So I'm like, hey, don't rush this, be in the moment. I had a conversation coming up here where there was something with a friend that I was like, maybe something's off about him, but if I didn't slow down and play the game, that question wouldn't have come up. Another thing golf has done for me has allowed me to hear the small whisper in my head that has now translated into my life. Like, oh, don't do that. I'll give you an example. He'll be mad, whatever. My son, he wanted a bike for his birthday. It's one of those motor bikes. I'm driving, I'm like, he gets it. I'm like, let me ride that. I start riding, it goes like 20 miles an hour. I'm like, he wanted to ride it to school. My wife's like, maybe you should ride to school. I'm like, so I'm riding it, small whisper, like as if I was on the golf course. Was like, no way. When I'm on the golf course, it's like, did you read the green? Is this the right club? Are you rushing because you're excited because you had 2 shots before? Should you calm down? Should you go back? Should you look where your feet are? Are you swinging towards where you need to go? So these are transferable things that have happened in life where I can hear the voice now. I'm a better golfer now because I have slowed down and added patience, and I can hear the small voice. Like it's crazy. It's like I feel like Neo in the Matrix now with things that's going on. Like I'm telling y'all need to start playing. If y'all not playing golf, y'all crazy. For real. Yeah, I'll never forget. I was at Walnut Lane, first tee. My man Lewis Kelly was like, yo, you gotta check out this brand. It's my boy Earl. I was like, all right, cool. I get the hat. I'm like, this is dope. And then I went somewhere and somebody was like, oh, you know about them? I'm like, yeah. I mean, I've met Earl before. He was down Delaware and he was with the mayor and like he got some things going on. Then the story started happening and it started building. And I was like, oh, this is a statement. And what I loved was it was a barrier. It felt like hip hop. It felt like, yo, I'm unapologetically myself. That's what I felt when you put this brand on. And just to see the collaborations with the Jordan brand, right? It's just like, I feel like everybody has this subtle, if you represent or you're with Eastside Golf, and what I mean by that is like you wear the brand and you're with it, you have this subtle, unspoken thing that you're like, yo, I'm not like them. Like they are over here, I'm over here. And that's just the separation you feel, like the collaboration with Jordan, you know, the being in the scene in New York. It feels like this high-end, it doesn't just feel like a high-end brand. It feels like I'm unapologetically going to be myself in the world. And just to see how you guys came up, just going to the office, I'm like, yo, 6 years? And it's a lot of 6 years of a lot of things people don't see. The hard work, the nose, the staying at it, we've gone from friends to like really business partners to like, you gotta like tighten things up. So like, this is the things you go through as a person that wears Eastside Golf. Like I just told you about this transition. I had 5 years ago where I could have stayed. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, you could have stayed what you were doing. Olajuwon could have stayed with what he was doing. But the representation and the alignment of what you guys are doing is what we're doing as people. It's hard out here. And I'm not even gonna put a color on it. I'm just saying it's hard out here trying to make these transitions, kicking out of a box. That's what Eastside, when I put Eastside Golf on, that's what it means. I was in Napa and I had this sweatshirt, it was gray. And this dude's like, yo, you got Eastside Golf on? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he was the only black dude and I was the only black dude and we was like, what's up? And we took a picture and it was like, yeah. Like we were proud, like we became like Eastside Golfians. You know what I'm saying? Like this show was crazy. And that's the feeling you get. It's like I was not in the fraternity. Shout out to everybody, Divine Nine, love y'all. that wasn't me. But when you put this on, like it's a moment and it's a feeling of proudness, you know? It's like the Batman symbol, like that's how I feel when I'm somewhere else and people see that.
I love it, and that's true. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where it's like your head now. It's like when you see, it's like, oh, you know.
Yeah. What's your handicap? Don't ask. Let's not go there.
You know.
For me, golf has helped me open. Golf has helped me in a way where it's literally allowed me to go into things that I didn't think I could go into and go, oh, I just didn't know the rules. Oh snap! You just gotta learn the rules of engagement, right? So now when I go to different things and I'm transitioning into other kind of business, it's just understanding the same things I did at golf. Guess what? In the beginning, you're not going to be good. I hear so many different golfers go, or people who want to play like, no, I'm gonna get out there, give me like a year. Nah, it don't work like that, buddy. You gotta jump in. You gotta sit there. You're going to be bad. You have to learn. You have to figure it out. You have to learn what this is. You have to get a community of people to help you. You have to be a student of the game, and then you can go, right? So I transition all of that into business, into other things I want to do. That's what golf has helped me with. And what Eastside Golf represents, right, is, oh, you know hip hop. Oh, we're different, right? Oh, we may come, like you see the gold chain, we may come from a specific place and you may think of me in this way. Nah, fam. I know this too, right? So it's almost like, it's a conversation piece. Anytime I ask, like, what is that? Yeah. Oh, you wanna know what this is? Oh, it's two brothers who went to Morehouse College. They started this. You don't know Morehouse? Yeah, Martin Luther King went to Morehouse. You know? Yeah, it's in Atlanta. Yeah, no, they're really good.
Right.
Oh, you should check them out. Right. So it's a sense of pride. And I just think like the things that you have to figure out in golf, you have to figure out in life. And if you can figure golf out, you can figure out life. Guys, that was it. My name's Quincy Harris, guys. My name's Quincy Harris. Been doing this for a while. Follow me at Quincy Harris. No E. Ta-ta.